see my head yet? Yeah, you can see my head. Hi, Tyne. I have been reading your Facebook posts and listening to you talk in general, and I know you're going through kind of rough time, so I wanted to make a vlog from here in Chicago and tell you some funny stories. I'm sorry for any background noise you might hear. My roommate's doing other stuff, like watching Balto, which I kind of want to do, but I'm going to talk to you instead, Tyne. Cue opening that I can't put in without Tyne. I got a little Zen garden kit thing for Christmas, right? And so I decided, because it's one of those little sand gardens that comes with a little tiny rake, like a little tiny comb, and then it came with a whole bunch of little tiny rocks and a little barrel thing. All the little rocks are in the barrel because of this story. Okay, so I unbox it and there's like 2 little bags of sand and there's the black boxy thing, the little rocks and the other things I just showed you. And so I like dump the sand in because that's like the first step, right? So then I go and I immediately start like raking it and it looks awful. And I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. So I decided to Google rules for sand gardens, like Zen gardens. So I realized the point of a Zen garden is that there's not supposed to be rules and it's supposed to be relaxing. That did not happen. So like after like a good hour worth of research trying to determine how you sandbox, I realized that like the first thing I did was wrong and I wasn't supposed to like dump in the sand like that, and like I was supposed to use the back of the rake to make it smooth instead of just like jiggle the box. Well, and so then I started like actually trying to groom it, and that was frustrating, but then like I got it and I got like some little circles and stuff, and I was like, perfect, never gonna touch this again, because clearly that's what you're supposed to do with sand gardens, right? But I had made it on the floor. I'm sitting on the floor right now, so that's why I'm gesturing straight down. I made it on the floor, so I was like, okay, all I need to do is just carefully pick it up and move it onto the table, right? Okay, so I pick it up and I bring it over to the table. It's my desk. And I set it down gently, and it's fine. And I'm like, yes, yes. And so then I go and I pick this stuff up off the floor, and as I'm carrying this little bottle of rocks, it falls and it wrecks the sand garden. And like makes little splatter things everywhere. So I left it alone for a good week and a half, and then I messed around with it again a couple days ago, and it was fun. It was relaxing. I think I need a better spot for it because I keep jerking my hand and then it like screws it up. But that is the first funny story of being here in Chicago. Okay, funny story number 2. What's for 2? So I have my big laptop, like it's not an Apple, it's a Toshiba, so it's like twice as big as an Apple. And I decided that I wanted to watch a video while I was falling asleep, which I think that's pretty normal. Just pulled up a YouTube video. But my roommate was in here with me because we have one room, yay. So I had my headphones and I have this piece of tape wrapped around the end here because my laptop is like broken, so if you want to have the sound come out of both sides of the headphones, you have to hold it down. So I use the little white piece as like a lever so that I'm not just peeling the cord off of it. So I'm sitting, I have my headphones on, it's all plugged in, and I have to have my hand like on it at all times, like applying pressure to it, and so then whenever it started to doze off, I'd release the pressure, I'd be able to, the sound would go out in one ear and I'd wake up. These aren't comfortable to sleep in, by the way. I can't sleep on the side like I usually do, so I was laying on my back. That was fine, except I actually fell asleep while watching it. And so my laptops, I have a twin bed here, twin extra long, and I have my laptop sitting on the side of the bed. Okay, so I sleep with a stuffed animal because I can't have you time. So I have this big stuffed animal and a laptop and me in the middle with these headphones on. So I wake up probably at like 3 in the morning, so you were probably still awake, and in this cord, like I had rolled over, so it was like on, and then from here I had rolled over, so now the cord was like this around my neck, and so my initial reaction was take the headphones off, and so I jerked up on the headphones and I like jolted, and so my laptop like fell off of the side of the bed, and I didn't want it to like crash onto the ground. Like, it's not that high, but I still need a good laptop. And so I jolted and I caught it by like one side, so it was like dangling in this hand off the side of the bed, and the cord's just slowly around my neck. And then my dog, my big stuffed dog, is also wrapped up and like there's like a loop like this over one of its paws, and so there's this whole chain of, because my laptop's plugged into the wall, my neck, I'm holding onto the laptop, my neck is around, the cord is around my neck, and the dog has a cord wrapped around it, and so if I let go of the laptop, I'm gonna choke, but I can't pick up the laptop until I move the dog that's on top of my hand. So I'm just kind of like laying there, like, what do I do? And I can still hear the video playing in the headphones, and it was Finding Dory, because I hadn't seen it yet. And then what came on was if you haven't seen the movie, I don't really think this is a spoiler, but you won't really understand it unless you've seen the movie, and it's, what would Dory do? That's a line they say in the movie, and that came on through the headphones that were all wrapped around my neck, and so I just kind of sat there like, what would Dory do? And then of course the Just Keep Swimming song got stuck in my head, and so I like started like squirming, like swimming, until I could set down my laptop off the side of the bed. So I was like hanging halfway off the bed, and I'm sure if anyone had been awake they would have thought I was crazy. But yeah, I didn't die because I just kept swimming. And now I have a Pokemon story for you, Tyne, because I know how much we both love Pokemon. So I was sitting in my room because Pokemon spawned in here, and I just happened to check it, just be like, oh, what's around today? And I saw that there was Magikarp on the radar thing, and I was like, I gotta go find that, I need some of those. So I started out, and I was like going down the street, and I was like, oh, okay, well the spawn timed out, and it's not here anymore. And so I checked what was around, and there was an Oddish, and I needed more Oddish candy. I think I have enough now. I'm really close if I don't. So I was like, okay, well I better go get that Oddish. I'm so close after all. So started down, and then got there, got the Oddish, nothing too spectacular. Then I kept going, like I kept finding, like, oh, I can guess I need that Pokemon, and oh yeah, that's a good Pokemon. I ended up in a part of Chicago where I've never been before. And then, so you know how when your phone gets really cold or when it gets wet, it dies if it's already on low battery? Yeah, my phone died in a part of Chicago where I'd never been before, just trying to catch Pokemon when I hadn't been paying attention to where I was going. So that was cool. I followed along a major street until I found a L, like one of those weird train things that goes all over the place. And so then I hadn't been, because like the L has like different colored lines, which I know would be great for you, Tyne. You'd move to Chicago and people would be like, oh yeah, just get on the blue line and then transfer to the brown line, and then you can take the red line back, and then you would just be like, colors. But I just hadn't been on the pink line or whatever it was before. So I like read the map, and then I got on the train thing, and it was going around the loop, and so I just got on it, and then I was waiting for it to, like, I was trying to figure out what my stop was. I think I ended up going completely around the loop like 4 times, every time insisting that the next time I'd be closer to my room, like to my house. So like, I'd be like, stop here. Oh no, the next one's closer, stop here. Oh no, the next one's closer, stop here. Oh no, no, I think the next one's closer. And then I'd be over here, and then when I got to like right here, I'd realize I was too far away, and then I'd get back over here, and like my dorm room's like over here, so it's like not close to anything, but I need to get off here, and I always think I want to get off here, and then when I get here, I realize that that's not anywhere near my dorm, so I just went around with the dead phone for probably a couple hours. I have no idea. And I got back, and I hadn't even caught anything interesting. I caught like an oddish, I might have caught like a Charmander or something, probably a Bulbasaur actually. This was a while ago. Anyway, nothing super rare. It's always like that too. I always get completely lost trying to find cool Pokemon, and they're not around, and then I'll just be like walking to class, and then it'll just be like Polygon. I don't think it's actually called a Polygon, but insert Pokemon name here. Okay, one last story real fast because I'm running out of memory on my phone. So I was going to write, and I always listen to this disc when I'm writing, and it has like classical music on it, and so I got it out and I put it in my laptop. I was doing other stuff, and then an application started running on my laptop, and it was Zoo Tycoon. Yes, I still have Zoo Tycoon. This was my favorite game as a child. I like releasing the lions onto people and watching them all scream after I have lured them all into the zoo. And other stuff too. I like designing the habitats and whatnot. And so then I opened up this actual disc to find that the music wasn't here. I ended up playing Zoo Tycoon for like 3 hours instead of writing, but that's not the funny part of the story. You might think like, oh, Sparen's always getting distracted from his writing. That's not the funny thing. The funny thing is, at some point I had to have both of these discs out because I was playing Zoo Tycoon while listening to this at some point in time, and I think that's just hilarious that I happened to be playing both of these at the same time and got distracted enough that I put them back in the wrong spots. I must have been like 8 because I haven't played this in a long time, and I can usually just pull stuff up on my laptop for music wise. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, Tyne, so those were all of my stories today, and I hope that you feel better, and I'm going to try to make more videos soon, and have a great day. I love you, sweetie.